All right, everybody, 1 second. I'm just getting everything together. And then we will be on our way for Gabriel Knight. I gotta let people know on my Discord where everything is. And then we'll be off. All right, and now I want to send one more. All right, I think we are ready. So let me just minimize a couple windows. The whole thing I always have to do. Okay, so, all right, yeah, it seems visible. Let's now go. So now we're Grace. I think we go to the library. And we know about Ludwig II, the fairy tale king. So let's learn more about him. Excuse me.
I'm not sure what other case books would be relevant.
There's nothing else on werewolves in the occult section.
Okay.
I wish I could read these biographies of Ludwig. Wait a minute. Ludwig II, fairy tale king of Bavaria. I didn't see this before. Yep, English. Huh.
English. Yo, Red, how you doing? All right, so now that we have the book on Ludwig II, can we read it? Oh, let's check. Yep, I'm chilling as well. These pictures are so great, so costumey. Sir Richmond Chap Hill. This guy just screams rich. All right. And this hair. Look at it. Look at my arrow. Okay, well, whatever.
Ludwig remained throughout his life both very bright and very naive. He was an introvert who seemed to be constantly out of sync.
In his youth, Ludwig was in fine physical condition and loved to hike alone in the Alps and ride horses. He had a hunting lodge, Schahen, specifically for this purpose.
Hey, Dan.
Unfortunately, in 1872...
Okay. My mouse dropped. Sorry about that. Skipped the text. I don't know if people are reading. So just pause and you get to read that first page.
Other than his long-standing friendship with the Empress Elizabeth of Austria and with his mother, the relationships Ludwig attempted with others were nearly always a disappointment for him and a bewilderment for his partners. He would become obsessed with someone, a singer, an artist, a nobleman or a peasant, and would bombard them with gifts, praise, and favors. When they would fail to return the depths of rapturous passion he required, the singular adoration and humble obedience he expected, he would grow disappointed and cut himself off from them. The objects of his interest were occasionally women, usually ones he fell in love with after seeing them in idealized roles on the stage, but they were more often young men who fit his fantasies of the heroic sagas like Lohengrin and Parsifal. that he so loved.
Okay. How many are we? Okay. Not too much longer.
The king, in many of the...
So...
A good example of the king's obsessive behavior in relationships is the following letter from the Königlich Bayerische archives, which this author was privileged to access. It is dated 1864, and it was written by Ludwig's manservant, Paul, to a friend. The king has been in high mood these days. The reason, of course, is a new interest. Thursday last, the king attended a performance of Lohengrin in the Wittelsbacher Theater. He came back in a fever, demanding that a man be found. The man, it was gathered, had been sitting in a box across from Ludwig and had drawn the king's attention by his beauty and his deep emotional response to the performance. The king declared that here at last is a sensitive soul. The man was tracked down and brought in for an audience. Upon my word, never have I seen any mind so in line with His Majesty's own. They discussed Wagner and France and Byron and all manner of things until long past dawn. The young man, beautiful indeed to look upon, met the king's enthusiasm and knowledge bit for bit. His Majesty has been in the thick of it ever since, and while I will this author...
So they get along, and
the king, especially later in life, felt a great deal of guilt about his sensual nature. His diaries are full of repentant entries begging God for forgiveness and swearing to remain pure. In many of the diary entries, he swears to abstain from sexual relations. The number of these oath entries indicate that Ludwig was not very successful in resisting temptation, yet it is also clear that Ludwig was a God-fearing man and that, though his flesh might occasionally fall, he never surrendered his heart and his conscience to sin.
Okay, so this stuff really makes me realize Jane Jensen probably did a lot of research for this role, for this game. This stuff does not seem to be constructed. I don't know, maybe it is, but it's pretty impressive. Anyway, let's go downstairs. Let's see Gerda. Yeah, it does seem like real history, doesn't it? Oh, so Gerda's not at her desk. So if Gerda's not at her desk, do we have anything that we can do? Oh, you did visit Bavaria a while back. That's cool. Okay, so I guess we'll leave. Love the trench coat. We have to put that in. All right. Now then. Let's go to the post office because I think Gabe sent us a letter. Is this it? No, that's okay. That's, yeah. We know what that is. Is this the post? No, that's the nice guy. I don't think that's the post. This is the post.
There's no one there.
Well, ding the bell, silly.
Guten Tag.
Grüß Gott, Frau Nakamura. Ich habe etwas für Sie.
Oh, it's from Gabriel.
Ja, das ist vom Schattenjäger. Ja.
No, I think you... Gabriel is a working partner and... Never mind. Danke.
Bitte, brauchen Sie noch etwas?
You're not gonna argue with that nodding head. Okay, let's read what Gabriel has to say.
Gracie, something's come up. I'm on a new case.
Oh,
I know I have a lot to tell Gran.
Yeah, that's the old one. How about the new one?
Gracie, you decided to come over. That's great. Guten Tag and all that. I'm sure you and Gertie are hitting it off.
Yeah.
Thanks for finding the werewolf book. I'm not sure what it all means, but it might be useful. But Ludwig II, you know, I think you might have something there. Ubergrau says there are 2 places you should check out. Ludwig had a castle called New Swan something, and there's a museum about him here in chemistry. Something like that. I really think you should spend some time looking into it.
New Swan something, huh? It's a new Schwanstein or something?
Don't worry. Things are going very smoothly this time around. I've tracked a suspect to a hunt club run by a man named Von Glauer. He seems okay, but I'm sure there's something going on with at least one of the others. Don't worry, though. I met a police detective named Lieber, so I have backup. I'll be finished soon.
Hey, Daph, how you
enjoy
doing?
your visit till I get there. Gabriel.
What does he
That's
think?
okay.
I'm on vacation here? And no address. Thank you very much, Mr. Knight.
It's Gabriel Knight with the great hair. Alright. So now that we have gotten the post...
Danke. Bitte.
Well, that's good, Daph. Okay, we need to go to the Golden Lion Hotel. Hotel? Oh, no, don't worry. It's always good when you come back, you know? You're not required to check in, but it's nice to see you. Oh, wait, no, we don't want to be here. We want to be at the Gasthof. I think that's where Werner Huber is. Yeah, Werner Huber. Yeah, this is the second one. It's really good. It's corny, but it's still good. Oh, how do I get there? Is it here? Hey, Ben. Alright, let's see, we need to go to the bar. Is this here? Oh, it's those people. Let's talk to the Smiths. I love that beehive haircut.
Hello there, dear.
Hi, I'm Grace Nakamura from the castle. Am I interrupting?
Heavens, no.
Have a seat, Miss Nakamura.
Well, I might. For a moment.
Isn't this nice? We just finished our breakfast. Do you want something?
The third is really something.
I can never turn down food myself. Now you just
yeah,
tell us
these
all
two.
about it, sugar pie.
All right.
You mentioned the other night that you were a demonologist. What is that exactly?
Well, it's not as bad as it sounds, honey. What Emil and I really do is to help protect people.
Protect them from what?
Well, do you believe in the devil, Miss Nakamura?
I believe in good and evil, if that helps.
Oh, but Satan and his demons are real, and they will attack the living. And most folks don't know what to do once they've been attacked. We try to help protect people.
How can you protect people from demons?
Best protection is faith in God, of course. But sometimes faith isn't enough. Sometimes we have to delve into the supernatural in order to protect others. Your Schottenjoggers are just the same.
Schottenjoggers.
I mean, he is?
Of course. The warriors of light are rare these days, but they do exist all around the globe.
That's interesting. I just read about a group called Manos del Sol in Brazil. So the Ritters aren't the only Schottenjägers.
Well, they're probably the only ones to use that title, but others have been chosen for the battle.
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
Sure, we saw his castles, didn't we, Mother?
We sure did. Why do you ask?
Well, I found a letter in the Schottenjäger library warning Ludwig about the Black Wolf.
Who wrote the letter?
One of Gabriel's ancestors, a Schottenjäger.
Seems like whoever was using me as a megaphone helped you find that letter. Perhaps you should follow the path something's pointing at. Look into Ludwig.
I intend to.
Oh, okay. Perhaps the person that Ludwig met in that book might have been a werewolf. Might have been the Black Wolf. Who knows?
The other night you said something about the Black Wolf. What did you mean? Where did you hear that name?
I wasn't the one talking.
I don't understand.
Well, that's quite all right. The point is, it would be a very good idea to answer those questions, and we must work together to do so. Of course I'll help you, Pumpkin. I'd like to know myself, wouldn't I? It isn't every day one's taken over by a disembodied spirit, and I don't much care for it, thank you.
You're not talking about a seance, are you?
Oh, heavens no.
Thank God.
Emil's right. I'm much better at tarot cards. I can read for you or for someone else if you prefer.
All right, tarot. I love tarot cards, especially that Nintendo tarot card game.
Are you sure you don't know anything about the Black Wolf?
I never did, dear. I told you. Really, you mustn't confuse the vessel with the voice. All I remember was seeing a very bright flash like lightning. Next thing I knew, Emil had me outside. Whatever it was very powerful. Very powerful.
Let's see. The tarot reading, here we go. I bet they're going to... Yeah, I think you did not get a good reading. Yeah, it was not a good reading that you got from that Nintendo game. All right, but let's see tarot. I guarantee... Okay, this is it. I don't know for sure, but I guarantee they're going to draw the death card. I guarantee.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to do my tarot reading.
Don't you worry now. I know what I'm doing.
Shuffle. Shuffle.
Push your vital energies into the cards. This is your soul card. That which applies to all of your lifetimes. It's the Empress. Oh, that's a good one.
What's it mean?
It means that your soul's journey is one of leadership.
Right.
There's great strength here and intelligence. This card represents what you're like in this lifetime. It's the Chariot. Self-discipline, control. You need to feel you have a plan, that you're testing your abilities. The Chariot's very masculine. In combination with the Empress, it tells me that you're currently exploring your male side.
Hey, Squatch.
You will
How you
seek out
doing?
great achievement, but it does have its price.
Doesn't sound anything like me.
Yes, dear. The third card represents the other. You've pulled the Magician. Who is he, dear?
Excuse me?
Your other, the Magician. Oh, this is a very powerful card. Major Arcana.
My other?
Everyone has an other. Let's see. I bet it's the Schottenjäger. What's his name?
The Schottenjäger? Gabriel Knight.
A name of power. He is powerful, this one. The Magician is
Sounds good.
dexterous and cunning.
Look away.
Mischievous and manipulate.
That's Gabriel, all right.
And very strong with magical and occult powers. Now this is interesting because your card, the Chariot, is all logic and reasoning, while his, the Magician, is spiritual and intuitive. You two are quite a pair. The fourth card shows what you're trying to achieve at this moment, your immediate destiny. It's the Strength or Lust card.
Lust?
Not that kind of lust, dear. It's a trial card, finding the strength to continue some difficult journey. It also represents the integration of conflicting energies. That must be your Chariot and his Magician energies. Strength also means bonding those energies, loving without judgment, learning to love the beast.
Uh-huh.
What is this trial, dear? Do you know?
Well, Gabriel and I are involved with the case right now.
It will be a hard time. You must let your love give you power. Use the positive energy of your union or you may not succeed.
I think you have the wrong idea. Gabriel and I just work together.
Yes, dear. But if I might just suggest, when you're facing negative forces, the positive energy of love is a very vital weapon. You make yourself vulnerable when you resist your own tools.
Well, that's been helpful.
I hope so, dear.
She didn't pull death. What? Oh, this new Gabriel's tarot. That's gonna be death.
Maybe we should do a reading for Gabriel.
Oh, let's! It's a little like spying on someone unawares, but what the heck?
I like the
Reach out to
actress.
the cards and to think about his essence. His soul card is the Magician. Yes, dear, it reflects your other exactly.
Well, maybe, but I'd rather hold out for David Copperfield.
And his lifetime card? Oh, goodness. The Lovers.
You mean the sole purpose of his life is in his pants? Doesn't surprise me.
It's not what you think, dear. It's a duality card. As a lifetime card, it refers to Gabriel's own duality. Good versus evil, physical pleasure versus spiritual growth, that kind of thing. His challenge is to integrate the conflicting parts of himself. Until he does, he'll never find peace. And you will find peace when you acknowledge all of him. Find a way to love the worst as you already love the best.
You're really reaching.
Mother.
His other is the High Priestess.
Let me guess. That's me, right?
No, dear, it's not. The High Priestess represents psychic mysteries, deep wisdom. This is a very different energy from your earthy one. This must be our connection. To the voice, dear! Someone is trying to communicate with Gabriel. This force is represented by the High Priestess.
That's not much help. What about the Black Wolf?
But it is a help, dear. The High Priestess is a spiritual guide card if ever there was one. The message must have been a warning.
If this force is connected to Gabriel, and if he's so very psychic, then why doesn't it just go to him? Why say it to me?
Maybe Gabriel's blocked. Maybe he's purposefully blocking. There is that duality business. Let's go on and see if it becomes clear. The fourth card, remember, represents the current situation. It's death.
Oh, yes!
Oh. Nothing to worry about then.
Now you just leave interpretation up to me, Sugar Pie. It's
yes,
a transformation card. Dying to one thing and being born to another. It is painful, but it isn't necessarily bad. Two of Wands. Oh my.
What?
A 2 is not good here. Wands is Mars in Aries. That's a war card. In conjunction with the death card, there are 2 possible transformations.
2 transformations?
Yes, dear. Gabriel is waging a spiritual battle. The transformation might be good or evil. That must be the purpose of the High Priestess. She's trying to guide him.
So you think he really might be in danger?
Oh, yes, dear.
Oh.
Gabriel's very essence is at stake.
Grace is so hammy.
If he takes the wrong path with his powers, Imola and I will stay in town. You must let me know if anything else happens that we can read for clues. Let the Force use you.
All right.
I'd better go.
Anytime you need us, stop by.
And be careful now.
Thanks.
I guess let's talk to Werner Huber? Is that his name?
Herr Huber?
Yes?
Gabriel's case.
I was wondering if you've changed your mind about telling me where Gabriel is.
Does
It's
the
really
Force
important.
use you?
No. Sorry.
Thanks.
Bitte?
As far as FMV goes, this is probably the best FMV game there is, but yeah, I prefer the pixel art the best. Alright, let's go to the church. Alright, let's see where Gerda is. I do love this too, I have to say. In its own way.
Gerda's here. I wonder what she's up to.
Gerda was in love with Wolfgang.
Oh, Grace, you doof. You're doof. Being all nasty to Gerda. Well, that sounds good, Death. Okay, let's go. Let's go to Schloss Ritter. Let's get some roses. let's get some of these. All right. Yeah. Grace. I love how Grace is like all apologetic now that Gerda is not interested in her own love interest. She's just as bad as before. She just, oh boy. I'm not sure if I like Grace in this game. I liked her in the first game. And she's okay in the third game, even though the third game sort of is not great. Or not as good, at least. But in this game, she is just... Oh, that's a good call, Red. She's very 90s. She's got a 90s look to her. Oh no, it's fine. Chat is for chatting. All right, let's meet Gerda. Oh, this is gonna be corny. Oh, this is gonna be so corny. Lots of corn.
There. That's better, don't you think? I'm so sorry. I was an idiot.
Oh no.
Gabriel and I, we never...
I know. It's my fault. It's Gabriel's fault. He never tells me anything.
Grace.
I don't know why he didn't want me on this case.
Maybe he just...
Don't even try to make excuses for him.
What the heck? Oh my god.
He's up to his neck in it, I think. Will you help me out with something?
Of course.
I have to do some
She's
research.
still ragey, yeah.
Ludwig. I want to go see some of his castles.
Don't even try to make excuses for him.
Take Gabriel's car. There's a map of southern Bavaria in the car. Ludwig's castles are all marked.
Thanks.
Good luck.
You don't get my rage anymore. Ugh. That was so cringe. It was painful to listen to. Alright. Well, anyway, now that's over. We have the keys. So let's go to the car. Let me just scroll this down. Okay, great. Oh, right. I gotta save the game, of course. Save early and often. All right.
At least I have the car keys now.
Yep.
At least I have.
Oh, are you gonna make me do it? Okay. Jeez, it's so obnoxious. All right. Now then. Oh. Well, we got to go to all three. So, let's go to Heron Shemzi. Oh, New Swan. He was talking about New Schwanstein. Of course. Alright, well anyway. Let's buy the ticket from the woman. Let's get out our wallet and... Hello, Frau Lady.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Oh, wow.
Ich hätte gern eine Eintrittskarte fürs Museum.
Ja, 8 Mark für eine Ganztagskarte. So.
Danke.
Bitte.
Oh, damn. They're having an argument and they're not having an argument. All right. Let's look at everything. We have to look at everything. Oh, Lord.
They certainly make an incredible looking couple. They certainly make an incredible looking couple. They certainly make an...
Okay.
They certainly...
Okay. All right, we gotta look. We looking?
Ludwig's friends were concerned for his mental state long before his arrest. June 14th, 1878. My beloved Eagle, in your last letter you spoke so movingly of your torment that I was moved to tears. What is this torment? Why won't you confess to me what is truly troubling you? You must know that I would never despise you, no matter how horrible you believe your sins to be. Please do not write such barbs to my heart by even suggesting such things. If you do not wish to confess to me, at least tell me how I can aid you. I am always your true one, your dove.
Okay. Let's see this.
July 3rd, 1863. Elizabeth, you can have no idea, dear cousin, how happy you made me. The hours recently passed with you in the railway carriage I consider among the happiest in my life. Never will their memory fade. You gave me permission to visit you at Ischl. If the time comes for this ardent hope to be fulfilled, I shall be of all men upon earth the most blessed.
The feelings of sincere love and reverence and faithful attachment to you, which I cherished in my heart even as a boy, makes me imagine heaven upon earth and will be extinguished by death alone. I beg you with all my heart to forgive the contents of this letter, but I could not help myself. Ludwig. Elizabeth frequently gave Ludwig advice on royal conduct, hoping to protect him from unfavorable public opinion. March 1st, 1865. My dearest Eagle, you have not written me in a few months. I have missed you. I often try to imagine what you are doing. I hear tales that you have been on retreat and have not been seen in Munich for some time. I suspect it is this new friend you wrote up so mysteriously that takes you away from home. I hope you are enjoying yourself, my beloved, but I beg you to caution. The people need to see you at the throne. I also hesitate to suggest that what your officials do in your absence may not always be in your own best interest. You have always been a true king, but you must let the people see you to ensure that they don't forget that. E. Your dove.
Is this also real? I wonder.
In this letter, dated November 1886, Elizabeth of Austria thanks Bishop Frank for his assistance in helping her fulfill Ludwig's last wishes. She writes that she knows it was an unusual request, but she believes Ludwig had reasons of his own for wishing it to be done. She hopes that his spirit finds peace at last.
No further reference to this letter has ever been found. One can only speculate what the last wishes of a cornered and embattled Ludwig might have been.
The sound quality is not good.
What were his last wishes? This place is giving me more questions than answers.
All right. Yeah, so anyway, we're doing this so that we don't have to do this later. What's this? Aha! The wigged one himself.
Ludwig is Prince Charming. He played the part well.
I know that guy with the wig, that's not real. I know what Ludwig II actually looked like, and I think he had facial hair. I think he had like a goatee. All right, let's talk to you, I guess.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
I love that. Guten Tag. This is clearly the Ludwig Museum.
I don't have anything to say to her at the moment.
All right, let's go up. Let's go there. Let's look at this.
June 7th, 1886. A group of men arrive at Neuschwanstein Castle demanding to take the king in custody. With them is Dr. Guden, the doctor who had been in charge of Otto, the king's mentally ill brother. The men have an order for the king's arrest on the grounds of insanity. They are refused admittance by a brave group of farmers and local soldiers who have come to Ludwig's aid. They are forced to retreat to nearby Hohenschwangau. This is the first Ludwig hears of the conspiracy.
Ludwig composes a pamphlet explaining the subversive acts of the conspirators and eloquently pleading with his people for aid. The pamphlet is smuggled out of Neuschwanstein and printed, but the pamphlets are seized before they can be distributed.
Huh.
June 12, 1886.
This is
Ludwig
interesting.
knows the conspirators will return. He despairs. He asks his servant for the keys to the tower. The servant, fearing the king intends suicide, says the key is lost. Unbeknownst to Ludwig, the conspirators arrive at the castle. This time, there is no one to stop them. Ludwig is lured from his bedroom to the entry hall of Neuschwanstein on pretense. There, he is taken into custody. Ludwig is taken by carriage from Neuschwanstein to Berg, where his brother Otto had long been imprisoned. This is a great blow to the king's state of mind. While on the way, the group stops at Seeshaupt to change horses. Ludwig asks to see the postmistress, Frau Vogel. She brings him a glass of water and he says something to her. She never reveals these last words to anyone.
Huh.
June 13th, 1886. At Berg, Ludwig seems cooperative and coherent. Dr. Guden writes to the government that he has Ludwig well under control. The two men go out for a walk, and Dr. Guden is so confident he dismisses the guards.
When Ludwig and the doctor do not return after several hours, a search is undertaken. The bodies of the two men are found in the lake, drowned. Circumstances unknown.
What? What the heck?
June 18th, 1886. Ludwig's funeral procession marches through the streets of Munich, followed by enormous crowds of mourners. The service is held at a packed St. Michael's church. Lightning strikes the church during the service, but no one is harmed.
Ludwig's body is entombed in the Wittelsbach crypt at St. Michael's. His heart is placed in an urn in the pilgrimage chapel at Altading in the Wittelsbach tradition. The urn is shown to the right. His heart is in an urn. How bizarre.
Yeah. Almost like he's a werewolf. I know that the research to this is really cool.
June 18th, 1886.
Ludwig's body.
He's a werewolf.
I have no idea what that says. Looks old, though.
Yeah, this is what he actually looks like. Like your dream, remember, Grace?
Oh my God. That's the slave for my dream. Maybe Mrs. Smith will know what my dream meant. I have to ask someone. This thing is getting too weird. The midnight sleigh rides. Ludwig went on long sleigh rides in the middle of the night, particularly in his later years. It is said that he suffered from insomnia, headaches, and toothaches, and the rides soothed his restlessness. The sight of the king's grand sleigh speeding through the countryside of the Alps often startled the peasants and became a superstitious omen of ill fortune. I can see why. But what was he doing out there at night?
He was looking at the moon because he's a werewolf.
Ludwig's death mask. Wow.
Alright, I think that's it. Oh, no, it's not it. Jeez, that's really confusing.
Even after Wagner's death, Ludwig still showed signs of obsession with the composer. This letter, written in 1882 by Ludwig to the conductor of the Munich Opera, instructs the conductor to make preparations for a new Wagner opera. The conductor went to see the king as instructed. When he arrived, Ludwig was ill and refused to see him. Nothing further was ever heard of this mysterious new opera. Was it a figment of an ill man's desperate wishes?
Okay, I'm just looking here to see what I need to do at the museums. Okay, so I need to see Ludwig's cloak.
Ludwig is offered a crown of laurels by the genius of immortal fame. 26 July 1874. By the power of the lily, we shall have the strength to resist all temptations throughout the whole year. July 1875. Solemn oath before the picture of the great king. Refrain for 3 months from all excitement. This oath has its binding power as well as its potency by de par le Roy, LNR, DPLR.
What excitement. I need to see more of that diary.
All right. Whoa.
Signets and sash pins from the Order of the Knights of St. George. These were worn on Ludwig's uniform, as befitted his rank of Grand Master. They are now the property of the Bavarian Crown Treasury.
I wonder if these pins have any symbolic meaning.
They probably do.
I wonder if the... He looks so regal. Why would he give up all of this pageantry and become a recluse?
Ludwig is Grand Master of the Knights of St. George. The Knights of St. George was an aristocratic society dedicated to the acts of chivalry. Ludwig loved the medieval pageantry of the order in his early years, before his increasing reclusiveness drove him to abandon public appearances.
Okay.
Richard Wagner. Ludwig's diary. Ludwig kept a diary from 1869 when he was 24 years old until his death. The diary provides a fascinating look into the mind of this tormented man.
The original diary is kept in the Royal Archives. A few entries are shown on the opposite wall.
I've got to see that diary.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Grace.
Richard Wagner.
Oh, wow.
Looks like it weighs a ton. Ludwig's Grand Master wardrobe from the Knights of St. George.
Okay. So I think that has to be all.
She's beautiful.
One of Ludwig's few close friends was Empress Elizabeth of Austria.
Oh!
She was a distant cousin of the boy Prince, and he saw her often growing up. Graceful and beautiful,
she's real.
Elizabeth seemed to represent the feminine ideal to the younger Ludwig. Their friendship continued after her marriage, mainly by correspondence. She remained a source of stability for Ludwig throughout his life. In keeping with Ludwig's love of romance and drama, he called her the Dove, and he to her was the Eagle.
Yeah, Empress Sisi. Elizabeth was the wife of Franz Josef, who died during the First World War. Yeah, she died in a timely death too. I think she was assassinated. All right. I think that's it. Is this? Yeah. We read these. Yeah. Okay. Let's just make sure that's all. Is there anything behind here?
She's beautiful.
Okay, no. Here. Back here. Okay, there's a down exit. Alright, there's a down exit. I think that's it. Nope.
Ludwig is Prince.
Right. Okay, let's go. Okay. So, all right. Oh, let me talk to the woman at the desk.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
All right.
Ludwigs Tagebuch im Museum?
Ja,
Wo kann ich Ludwigs Tagebuch hier anschauen?
die Tagebücher sind ganz persönlich. Die sind in den königlichen Archiven. Niemand darf die lesen. Aber nein, niemand darf die lesen.
Danke. Im Museum ist ein Brief von Ludwig über eine neue Wagner-Oper.
Ja, ja, ich kenne diesen Brief.
Wo kann ich mehr von dieser Wagner-Oper sehen?
Ja, ich weiß nichts über Wagner. Das hier ist kein Wagner-Museum.
Ja, ich weiß.
In Bayreuth befindet sich ein Wagner-Museum. Versuchen Sie es halt doch, ne?
Bayreuth. Danke.
I don't have anything to say to her.
Okay, good thing we checked. I guess that's new. All right. Now we have Neuschwanstein, and we have let's see. Wait, why is it telling me I still have to come back? Saw this.
They certainly make an incredible looking.
Yes, I know. They're not together though. Okay.
Ludwig and Wagner. Ludwig loved the opera of his contemporary Richard Wagner. He helped support Wagner's music through much of his life. Ludwig considered Wagner a close friend, often calling him the great friend. Wagner encouraged this infatuation, some believe, for personal gain. Typical artist.
Okay. We saw those.
26.
Even after Wagner's death, Ludwig...
Okay, we saw that.
Ludwig. There's gotta be a...
Ludwig.
We saw these. We saw those.
Ludwig, the original
All right. So I didn't see that before, so maybe that is what I needed to see. That's a death mask. This is... What's this? Yeah, the last days.
June 3rd, when Luke...
Right, we've seen this. Huh.
December 14th, 1881, Linderhof. Order another work by Jennings on the occult. Write urgently to Klug, saying that I insist that the stoppages by the bank cease. I want it, and therefore it must be done. Write very urgently. He must succeed at once, and then must report to me urgently. If I give orders to clear my room, doing so must not be postponed as it happened. Pencils must be pointed without special orders. The day after tomorrow, 1,000 marks. How is Louis now? I want to know whether he looks unhappy. How often have I said that the coffee must not come up boiling hot, so that it can only be drunk after standing an hour? If any more correspondence come from Louis, they are to be burnt immediately, but I am to be informed of their arrival. These are actual notes from Ludwig to his servants. They go far in showing the king's state of mind. They were smuggled out and used as evidence in compiling the order for Ludwig's arrest. December 18th, 1881, Linderhof. Every day get up earlier for certain. See to that very particularly. Write it down. Remember that when the great friend arrives at Neuschwanstein, we retire to the hall. We are not to be disturbed. I will not tolerate interference or insubordination.
Whoa. Okay, so that was substantial. And also really hard to click on. I mean, geez. All right, is that everything, please? Sheesh. All right, let's see. Yes, okay, good. Yes! Okay, let's go to Rittersburg now. Right. Okay, can we go back? I think Rittersburg is... Yes, okay. Now then. Let's go to the Gasthof. And let's talk to the Smiths. He's always wiping that desk. It's a really nice counter.
Herr Huber?
Yes?
Are the Smiths in their room?
Yeah, I believe so.
Could you ask them to come down, please?
Oh, ja, natürlich.
Now you just tell Merle what's going on.
I had a dream last night. I didn't remember it at first, but I saw something today at one of the museums.
What was the dream?
I was being chased in the woods by wolves. And I saw a sleigh. Ludwig was inside. He pulled me up, and I thought I was safe. But then he turned into a wolf.
So what do you think, Mother?
A dream of rescue is a spiritual guide dream. The High Priestess in Gabriel's cards must be linked to Ludwig somehow.
What do the wolves represent?
I'm a psychic, dear, not Freud. But the warning I got was about the black wolf, wasn't it? And the wolves in the dream. It must be the same danger.
It's so fresh. I'd better go.
Oh my gosh, my freaking mouse. Sorry about that.
I don't have anything else to say to the
No, I
Smiths
wanted to
right
hear. Okay, maybe we can find what they were saying. No. Jeez. All right. Well, I think that before my mouse fell over, that was essentially everything that was going to be said. We definitely missed some stuff, but all right.
I don't have anything to say to Herr Huber at the moment.
We got nothing
I don't
to
have
say
anything else to say
to anybody. Okay. That's live TV, folks. Now let's go to Schloss Ritter. Hey, Ari.
Hi, did you have a good time?
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. Anything new?
Yes, you had a phone call.
Really?
A man named Professor Barkley. He said you had his number.
I do. Thanks.
They're too nice to each other now. It's just weird. All right. One second, I'm going to take a quick break and let Ari out. Should only take a minute. Like, literally a minute. Okay, come on, Ari. Come on. Come on. Okay, there we go. Come on, go. All right. All right, 1 second, just get some water. Alrighty. Oh, well, Ari... Okay, so the question is, how does Ari request to be let out? She gets right up to me, like right under the table, and just looks at me. And she doesn't act like wild and crazy or anything. And she gets really close up, so it's pretty clear that she just needs to go out. It's little things, you pick up on the little things when you really know a dog or anybody really. Yeah, Ari's adorable. I'm really quite lucky.
I'm not sure what other case books would be relevant.
I don't know, we need a phone.
Who should I call?
Alright. If you really don't know, yes, this. A rotary phone. He's not typing.
Hello.
Why does everybody
Hi,
use
Professor
typewriters?
Barkley. It's Grace.
Oh, good. I have a name for you. It's Herr Josef Dahlmeier, and he specializes in Bavarian history, and I think he's somewhere near you are.
Herr Josef Dahlmeier. Great, got a number?
Yeah, I do. It's 4982-555-2234.
Of course.
Thanks a lot. Sorry about the bother.
Oh, cool. 7 stream viewers.
That's no bother.
Welcome, everybody.
When are you coming back to school, Gracie?
When I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Well, be good.
All right. So now we have called that guy, and I think we know who the guy's going to be. Well, I know who. I think I remember the guy. He's obsessed with Wagner operas. Let's see. Let's call it Herr Josef Dahlmeier. Come on. Herr Josef Dahlmeier. Do I just use the phone?
Who should I call?
Okay. There. I love this piano music. Oh, look at that poster.
Hallo?
Hallo, sind Sie Herr Josef Dahlmeier?
Yeah, you must be Grace Nakamura, the American history student.
Yes.
I hear you're interested in Ludwig II.
Very.
Good. There's something I want to show you. Drive to Berg on Starnberger See. Meet me at the Memorial Chapel.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, wait. Was there anything you wanted me to look into before we meet?
Well, I was hoping you knew something about someone called the Black Wolf. He was a contemporary of Ludwig's. He lived in Prussia, I think, and he was well connected.
Never heard of him, but I'll check. See you there.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Let's see here. So we talked to the Smiths. We talked to Professor Barkley. We talked to Josef Dahlmeier. And now let's leave the castle and drive to where he said. Okay. You're gonna need to see her putting on a trench coat. All right, let's use the keys in the car and meet there. Okay.
It's a memorial chapel. It's a memorial.
Huh. Is this also a museum? It's a memorial chapel. I guess we meet him here. Oh, is this where he died?
This is where he died.
Okay.
You must be Grace. Herr Dahlmeier.
Hello.
Josef. I didn't mean to startle you. I wanted you to see it. I feel him here the most, you know, more than at the castle. So, what did you want to know?
Wow. Great scene here. Let's talk about himself.
Professor Barclay says your hobby is Ludwig.
Yes. He was the last real king that Bavaria had. As a Bavarian and a history buff, well, that's enough to hook me right there.
But there's more, right?
He was a romantic, you know. A dreamer. And he was misunderstood, maligned.
Sounds like you can relate.
Me? Hell, I have it easy. At least I live in the 1990s. And not every eye in the country is on me. But yes, I can relate.
Oh boy. Nice seagull.
You know about Ludwig's diary, right?
Of course.
How can I get my hands on it?
I'm sorry. I have been trying myself for 5 years. They keep it locked up tight in the Royal Archives and they don't let it out. They must think it contains things that will hurt his image.
They won't let anyone see it, not ever?
Only one person outside of the government ever got to see it, a biographer, Sir Richmond Chapel. He had friends among the German royals and they let him look at it.
Did you ever try to contact Chapel, pick his brain?
No, I don't believe I never thought of that. If you do and you find out anything, you must share.
It's a promise.
Okay.
Tell me about Ludwig.
I don't know where to start. There's so much. Politically, the most significant thing about Ludwig II was that he signed over independent Bavarian statehood to Prussia in 1870. Bavaria became a part of United Germany, and Ludwig became a figurehead prince under the Prussian Kaiser.
Why do you think he did that?
Bavaria had been involved in the 100 Years' War. People were tired of fighting. Prussia's push to unite the German states made some amount of sense. Still, Ludwig must have had other options. At the very least, he should have negotiated better terms.
So what was the real reason?
He was manipulated by Bismarck. At least that's what I think, anyway.
The Iron Chancellor.
What about Ludwig personally?
You'll find two perspectives on Ludwig. The view the tourists get is the romantic ideal, Ludwig the tormented loner. Then there is the historian's point of view. Ludwig was plagued with guilt over his sexual orientation and was driven mad with self-loathing.
But I take it you're not buying either point of view.
Well, it's all too convenient, isn't it? That he was a devout Catholic, there is no question, and I'm sure there were pressures on him to be normal. But he was no prude. He loved Byron. Yes. Philosophy, the French court. If anything, Ludwig was too much an egomaniac. He didn't give a damn what anyone thought. And besides, he didn't try to hide any of his relationships. If he suffered from anything in his romantic life, it was disillusionment. No one loved him back as purely as he himself loved.
Well, if it wasn't sexual guilt that tormented him, what was it?
I don't know. His diary was filled with self-guilt, but I'm sure it's not about that. If I knew, I'd write my own book, set the record straight, so to speak.
All right. Well, it's pretty interesting stuff.
Have you read anything about Ludwig's midnight sleigh rides?
Oh, would that have been something? To be out at night and suddenly see him sweep by with his entourage? They say the night agitated Ludwig, and that being outdoors and the rushing feeling of the sleigh calmed him down.
Because he's
Sometimes even the sleigh wasn't enough. He would stop in some remote woods, order his servants to stay put, and go wandering off by himself for hours. It drove the servants crazy.
Werewolf.
Tell me about Bismarck.
Oh, Bismarck. He was the Prussian Kaiser's chancellor. Not a nice man. Bismarck had a reputation for learning people's weaknesses and manipulating them. It's a matter of record that he had spies on Ludwig's staff. He may even have had a henchman even closer to the king. And he was involved in the conspiracy to declare Ludwig insane.
It really is an awesome image, isn't it, Red? It's a very romantic image for sure.
Did you find out anything about the Black Wolf?
I did. I'd read about him before, but I hadn't realized that was who you were talking about. His name was Godin, Paul Godin. I found a reference to his being called the Black Wolf after you telephoned.
I've never heard of him. Who was he?
Godin lived on the fringes of the Prussian court. He was handsome, charming, dangerous, or so they say. He was variously rumored to have been a foreign prince, a Prussian spy, even an assassin. Since you were interested in him, I found out some things that are probably true. It said he came from abroad in the mid-1800s, but claimed high German blood.
Do you know where he came from?
No. And he was ruthlessly ambitious. He probably found out who held the power, Bismarck, and offered his services. Bismarck was a good judge of talent, of that sort anyway.
Ah, so this friend of fairy tale kings, Ludwig II, might have spied on him, and it might have been von Zell.
What else do you know about Godin?
He must have done something remarkable. Bismarck was not a generous man. He liked to string people along with promises, but rarely came through. He did for Godin, though. He gave him a royal title and lands in 1863. And that was the last reference I found to him.
Well, how could he just disappear?
It's not that unusual. Back then, when you were given a title, you usually changed your name and moved to a place where no one knew your past, so you could act with impunity. Or be a pompous ass and get away with it.
All right, I will break you.
What do you know about Ludwig's hunting accident?
A couple of years ago, I was introduced to this great old man, a real old world farmer. Well, his grandfather was Richard Horning, Ludwig's equestrian. Oh, he told some great Ludwig stories. Sometimes I get lucky. Anyway, he said that after the hunting accident, Ludwig got terribly ill, that he had a fever and was acting crazy. They were afraid that the wolf had been carrying a disease or that the bite had gone septic.
A wolf bit him?
Yeah, it's not so unusual. There were a lot of wolves in the Alps back then. The servants were really worried, but Ludwig recovered, physically anyway. Horning's grandfather said it was the fever that broke Ludwig's mind, that he was worse than ever after that.
Oh, so that confirms it. He was bitten.
Is there any way to find out what Godin was called after he got his title?
Is it that critical?
It might be.
Well, you could send away for a copy of the entitlement deed, assuming it has been destroyed during one of the wars. Godin's new name would be on it. But you would need a research permit from the government to access those records, and they can be very hard to get. A lot of red tape.
Great. What do you mean Ludwig got worse after the accident?
Ludwig always had been a very private person. But after the accident, he got darker, more crazy. Towards the end, he was even forcing his servants to enter his chambers bent over so they couldn't see his face. Horning's grandfather said his temper was fearsome. He would fly into a rage at the least mistake.
Must have been terrified of him.
Yes, well. Horning's grandfather felt sorry for Ludwig, and Ludwig hated his own violence. He was always giving gifts to his servants to apologize.
All right.
You mentioned that there were other reasons why Ludwig's servants feared him.
That's another of Horning's mysteries. There's a story about Neuschwanstein. Apparently, there was a period of time of 2 or 3 months when Wagner would come and visit him
Wagner?
there. Yeah. The two would lock themselves in the singer's hall. Horning's grandfather said the sounds that came from there were awful. Well, the servants had superstitious minds anyway. Some of them quit over it, just walked away.
What kind of sounds?
Horning's grandfather called them heartbreaking and ungodly. Maybe it was Wagner trying to sing.
Or maybe it
Well,
was...
I guess that's all for now. Thanks for your help.
It's my pleasure. And if you ever want to talk again, just give me a call. I'll meet you down.
I will. Thanks.
Servus.
Bye.
Maybe it was werewolf. All right.
Grace Nakamura.
Really? Okay. All right, so I'm a little confused because my walkthrough says to look in a museum, and it's acting as if this is the museum. But I don't see a museum here. That's why I was wondering if this was the museum. We've got 2 other museums to check. And that's... I guess we'll do those. Nope, nope. Okay. Come on. Okay. Now we have to... there's something we gotta do here. What do we have to do with Sea Shot? There's nothing going on here. This is going to show us the chapel. This is just going to show us the chapel again, and we might have to do something a little later. I'm not sure. All right.
This is where they found Ludwig's body.
Okay, so I just need to look at that.
This is where they...
Come on. Aha.
I wonder what it felt like under there.
Probably much like any other water. Is there anything else here?
I wonder what it felt like under there.
Okay, there. No. Oh gosh. Man, I hate pixel hunting. Alright, I think this is gonna be more. Oh, jeez. Alright. That's gotta be it for now. And we were probably just talking to him later. Alright. Anyway. I've been to Sea Shopped. Okay. Now let's go to Neuschwanstein. Neuschwanstein. Okay. So Neuschwanstein, I remember this being a curse for me when I played this game before. I remember this beautiful castle, and what I remember most about it is how much it cursed my first playthrough of this game. We have to do absolutely everything. Okay.
Our tour begins in the entry hall. Ludwig II lived from 1845 to 1886. He assumed the Bavarian throne at the age of 18 when his father died. Ludwig's passion was building castles. He built 3 during his lifetime: Linderhof, Herrenchiemsee, and Neuschwanstein. Plans for a 4th castle, Falkenstein, were underway when he died. In addition to his obsession with building, Ludwig also had a passion for classical heroic German mythology, a taste he shared with the German opera composer Richard Wagner. Neuschwanstein is decorated throughout with themes from these stories, most of which directly relate to Wagner's operas.
All right. And now we have to look at everything too. We gotta do this. And we gotta do the tour tape for all the little screens like this too.
The closed door leads to the tower, which is not part of the tour. The king was making his way to this very door when he was arrested in 1886.
And now for each picture.
These scenes seem to tell a story, but I have no idea what story.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga. The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
These scenes are from the Siegfried saga.
Are those the only 2 scenes? Alright. Now we go through the doorway and tour tape.
You are now standing in the king's bedroom. The theme of the bedroom is Tristan and Isolde, a tragic love story retold in Wagner's opera. The opera was given its first performance in Munich in 1865, and a 20-year-old Ludwig attended. This is probably the most elaborate and expensive bedroom ever created. It took 14 woodcarvers 4.5 years to create this room. It was this kind of extravagance that bankrupted the king. In the years before his death, he found it increasingly difficult to find money from any source.
All right. Click on this bed and play the tour tape, but we got to do it twice.
The richly carved bed, with its canopy, resembles a Gothic building and its turrets. The bed's draperies were handmade by dozens of Bavarian seamstresses.
All right.
The washstand actually worked by bringing in water from a stream above the castle.
I don't know how you're supposed to know to play that twice.
The richly carved bed, with its canopy, resembles a Gothic building and...
Yes. Okay. Let's click on the bed now.
Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep. Maybe Ludwig...
In the sink?
Ludwig sure had a thing for swans.
All right. So... now... let's do this. All right. There should be a statue on a wall. Statue on a wall. Nope. No, that's not it either.
You are now standing in the king's bedroom. This is probably the... It was this kind of...
All right.
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
Fine. I guess we'll look at these.
Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde. Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde.
All right. Where's the statue? Oh. Here we go.
In the corner is a brown tiled stove with clay figures of Tristan and Isolde.
Okay. So now, let me see where it is, or where we are in the walkthrough here. That I'm checking just to make sure. Okay. We clicked on the two pictures. And now we go through the right doorway into a chapel. Yes. Play the tour tape.
This is Ludwig's private chapel. The king was a devout Catholic, as were all of the Wittelsbacher rulers. They supported the Roman Church even when other European countries were dominated by Protestantism. This is Ludwig's private chapel.
The Black Madonna of Altading. I wonder what her story is all about. The Black Madonna.
Okay.
It's a beautiful crucifix. Ivory and gold. It's a beautiful...
Okay.
The stained glass window depicts St. Louis receiving the last sacraments.
All right.
The stained glass window depicts St. Louis We see.
So we've clicked on the crucifix, the stained glass windows, the Black Madonna, the picture above.
A king saint? I wonder if Ludwig pictured himself that way, or maybe he just wanted to be that way. A king saint?
The paintings above the altar depict St. Louis surrounded by the seraphim. An interesting side note. For a period of about a year, the Louis images in all three castles were ordered to be covered up with black cloth on the unfathomable whim of the king.
Okay. Then I guess we go to the other doorway. Okay. Let's play that tape.
This is the king's living room. The walls are decorated with scenes from the Lohengrin saga. The king first saw Wagner's opera Lohengrin when he was 16, and it so affected him that he considered it a form of enlightenment. The tragedy of Lohengrin was his essential loneliness. This too was Ludwig's own fate. Ludwig withdrew more and more into his fantasy world of epic heroes and absolute monarchy. An ideal he was determined to create in his castles if he could not have it in his real life.
Yeah, just a little less
annoying. He wanted to be alone with his dreams, so much so that even his servants were kept at a distance and were not allowed to look at him.
What were you afraid they'd see?
The thing is, Grace is just not as annoying because Gerda is not around as much, in my opinion. Because I think, like, when Gerda's around, it's just either too grumpy or too happy. Like, now she's so polite to her, it just seems strange. I don't know, at least for me. Alright, let's click on the chair.
I'm surprised people don't sit in these chairs when the guard's not looking.
Okay. Click on the linens.
These linens look seriously expensive and seriously old.
Okay. Now let me scroll down a little bit. Make sure that I ace Neuschwanstein. Alright. Click the linens, click on the pictures above the desk, click the tape.
These linens look seriously expensive.
No, come on. Maybe I need to back out. Okay. Here we go. No? Okay, just play the tape.
The miracle of the Grail.
Oh. Let's see. Yeah, let's try to get off the linens. Alright, let's go further into the room by going to the lower right. Aha! Play the tour tape.
The swan motif is featured throughout the castle, but it is particularly prominent in this room. Both the swan and the lily were symbols Ludwig associated with himself. They represented his ideals of majesty and purity. The painting behind the swan shows Lohengrin's arrival.
Okay.
More swans.
Alright, so now we've checked the swan. Let's exit off to the left. Whoa, okay.
This is a reproduction of the grotto from the Tannhäuser saga. In such places, Ludwig could pretend he was one of his beloved mythic heroes. As the grotto personifies, the castles were solitary playgrounds built for Ludwig alone. He believed the masses were too coarse to appreciate fine art, and he seldom entertained guests. In fact, Ludwig had a standing order that upon his death, the castles were to be destroyed. Fortunately, the estate was in such debt that the castles were opened for paying tours only weeks after Ludwig's death. They haven't closed since. It is one of the great ironies of Ludwig's story that the castles that he was thought insane for building are now considered Bavaria's finest treasures. They have paid for their construction many times over.
All right. Check this table. Okay. These guards are really annoying. When they come in, I can't click on anything.
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
Okay. I clicked on the table. Alright. Now we go to the left. Yeah, you know, madness is very. Sometimes it's a fine line between genius and madness. Sometimes it's both. All right. Exit to the study. Is this the study? Let's see. Play the tape.
This is the king's study.
Yes.
Ludwig spent much time at his desk, writing letters, drawing up plans for his projects, and studying his favorite authors. He loved poetry, history, and the classics. In later years, he also studied the occult. What affairs of state he did reluctantly attend to were generally attended to alone at his desk in writing. His reluctance to meet with his heads of state and perform the duties of the king were one of the reasons for the charges brought against him in 1886. But Ludwig dreamt of true kingship and a true monarchy, and the small powers left to him after Bavaria succeeded power to Prussia only incited his disdain and frustration.
All right. Let's wait for this guard to... All right, let's look at all the pictures.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga and the Wartburg Castle. The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga and the Wartburg Castle. The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga and the Wartburg Castle.
Okay, well, that was informative. Now then, the desk.
I wonder why he was studying the occult before he died.
Okay, on the cabinet.
I doubt there's anything left in there now. Besides, the guard would kill me if I touched it.
Alright, now we go to the Singer's Hall.
This is the final room of our tour, the Singer's Hall. It was modeled after the Singer's Hall of the Wartburg Castle, where minstrel competitions were held in the 13th century. The hall was built for small private concerts, but Ludwig himself never gave one here. It is said that during the last few years of Wagner's life, he came to Neuschwanstein frequently and performed for the king alone in this room. The hall is probably best known for its enigmatic wolf paintings. The original paintings were from the Parzival Saga, but in 1882, Ludwig had them replaced, supplying the description and titles of the new paintings himself. While all the other rooms in the castle show scenes from Wagner's operas, the scenes in this room are not from any opera that anyone can identify. It is yet another of the many mysteries associated with the life of the fairy tale king.
All right. Now let's click on each of the pictures and make sure that we get all the pictures. We need all the pictures.
The hunters track down Engelhard and Hildegunde.
Okay.
Engelhard courts Hildegunde.
Whoa.
Engelhard and the blacksmith.
That's a blacksmith?
There must be a story behind these wolf paintings, but what story?
Okay.
There must...
Is that it? All right. There's a left exit, there's a down exit. Let's go to...
I don't think the guards want to be bothered
Okay,
while
let's
on...
go down exit. All right, let's look at more pictures here. I don't want to miss any.
Hildegunde's imprisonment. This is the final room of our tour, the Singers' Hall. The hall is...
Okay.
The wedding feast of Hildegunde and the Baron.
She looks happy.
The death of Engelhard.
Nice view of the Alps.
Wow. If that's real, that's pretty cool. Alright, look out the window, play the tape.
Ludwig's childhood castle, Hohenschwangau, is visible from the lookout in the Singers' Hall.
Okay. What about... Now leave Neuschwanstein, and it says quickest way is the door to the left of the window. Door to the left. Nope. Alright. Did I do it? Did I do it? Please? Yes, I did it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do a little... Okay, where do we go next? Okay, we're gonna go to Rittersburg again. Man. That is not a good Volkswagen. Well, I guess it gets people from place to place. Okay. Well. Hi, Gerda. How are you doing?
Hi, Gerda. I'm back.
Good.
Good. Oh, it's so uncomfortable. All right, let's scroll down a little bit. Let's talk to Gerda, unfortunately, and have lots of awkward conversation.
Gerda?
Yes?
Have you heard from Gabriel at all?
No, Grace, I'm sorry.
Never mind.
All right.
Gerda, do you have any idea where I could get a government research permit? I don't have time for a lot of red tape.
You should ask Herr Übergrau. He can maybe get such things very fast.
You think? I was gonna write Gabriel today anyway.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll write a letter.
I should get a letter off to Gabriel. I need to include a note to Übergrau about the research permit.
What is it with everybody having typewriters and not using, say, like WordPerfect or something? You forgot to lick the envelope, I can tell. Alright. Anyway. Let's go to the phone. Yeah, you saw that too, huh? Let's use this Ludwig on the phone.
Hallo, Bertel München.
Hi, I have a book of yours on Ludwig II. The author's name is Sir Richmond Chapel.
Yes, how can I help you?
Well, I'm doing some research on Ludwig, and I was hoping you could get me in contact with the author.
I'm afraid Sir Richmond Chapel is deceased.
Oh.
However, his son is living.
Oh. Well, is there any way you can put me in touch with him?
And who are you doing this research for?
Well, I'm working with Professor Barkley from Yale University.
All right. Thomas Chapel's number in England is 41 20 555 771.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay. Let's save the game. And now I think we go down and talk to the Smiths again. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So let's talk to the Smiths. Wait, no.
At least
wrong.
I have.
Okay. Oh no, I don't need to go with the car. Oh my goodness, I'm silly. All right.
I don't have anything to say to Herr Huber at the moment.
What? Really? Okay. I guess we don't need to do that. Let's go to the post. And mail off our letter.
There's no one there.
Well, Grace.
Grüß Gott, Frau Nakamura.
You happy?
Grüß Gott. Haben Sie etwas für mich?
Nein, leider nicht. Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
Alright.
Kann ich diesen Brief versenden?
Ja, 3-mal bitte.
Alright, let's give the money.
Dankeschön.
Bitte sehr. Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
Okay. What's this?
I don't want to mail that.
Okay. Let's go to the church.
Danke.
Oh. What's this now?
I wonder what kind of flowers these are. I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
Wait, they're supposed to have bloomed. Oh my god. What's going on here? Man, did I not do something? Because I went oh boy, I went through everything with a fine-tooth comb here.
Saint Gabriel.
No.
I wonder what. I wonder what.
Fine. We'll just skip that for now. Let's try going to C Shopped again because for some reason I think I missed something at C Shopped. C Shopped.
It's a memorial chapel for Ludwig.
I'm clicking on the trees, not the chapel. I remember I had this issue with the first chapter. I really hope this doesn't become an issue.
I wonder what it felt.
Nope, nothing. No, oh jeez.
This is where they...
Alright. Really want to get to see the lilies. Well, let's see what where we need to do things. Okay. I guess we can go to the other castle. Yeah, okay. What's this place?
Grüß Gott.
Guten Tag. Ist das die Wagner Museum?
Yeah, you're an American, aren't you? I'm afraid the house is closed this time of year. It will be open next month.
Crap.
You are interested in Wagner?
Very interested. Very recently very interested.
Yeah. Most of the house is closed for cleaning, but a few rooms are open. I shouldn't let you probably, but if it is only you, you are alone, aren't you?
Endlessly.
Come in and look over.
That's very generous. What do I owe you?
Georg Immerding. It's only a few displays. Besides, I wouldn't be much of a shining knight if I charged you.
Thanks, Georg.
Oh.
My name is Grace.
Hello. Have a good time.
He likes her. Unfortunately, his love is unrequited. What a romantic ideal. All right, let's look around here.
Wagner's piano. On this piano, the maestro composed his later operas, including The Ring.
Oh God, that's a scary movie.
Richard Wagner.
Richard. 7 days.
Franz Liszt, composer and Cosima Wagner's father.
All right, let's see. Here.
This must be a model of Wagner's own theater, here in Bayreuth.
Bayreuth.
This must... Opera costumes. Opera costume.
Okay, let's look at the pictures.
These look like production designs. I don't see anything that looks like those wolf... These look like... I don't see anything...
Okay.
These look like... I don't see... These look like production design. I don't see any...
Great. Aha! The wigged one himself.
The great patron himself. The great patron...
That is such a wig.
The great...
Ludwig as the classical Greek hero. Ludwig.
Let's see.
Ludwig's death mask.
July 1882. Great and beloved King, Monsieur Beaujolais and I have finished the diagram. We checked the figures many times and Monsieur is confident that it will work. 8 identical fixtures are to be made from the diagram and placed in the theater exactly as specified. I'm sending the diagram with your courier. Be full of hope and have courage. All will be well. Your own, Wagner. July 8. Be full of June 10th, 1881, Munich residence. Great friend, I am writing to you in the middle of the night. My blood is pounding too wildly for sleep. Tonight's performance, how can I describe it? I am unsure whether to be terrified or thrilled. Perhaps I even feel hopeful. If it is hope, you have given it to me, my friend, for the first time in years. We must speak. Something happened during the music tonight, but I must have your absolute confidence. As you love me, come at once. Your devoted king, Ludwig.
A portrait given as a gift from Ludwig to Wagner.
All right. Go through here.
An old sofa.
The death of Wagner. On Ash Wednesday, 1883, Wagner suffered a heart attack in a Venetian gondola on the way to San Michele. His wife and the gondolier carried him into a church where he regained consciousness. Wagner died 4 days later on this sofa.
Wagner's death mask. Wagner's death.
Okay.
It looks like an architectural drawing of a theater. The Wittelsbacher Theater, München. Every square inch is measured. It looks like It's a letter from a Monsieur Beaujolais, dated September 1881. Looks like he's discussing acoustics and sound waves, and crystals. Wasn't Wagner's Bayreuth Theater already built? Why would Wagner be worrying about acoustics?
Here? Nope. There? Nope. Okay, this is confusing. I don't want to miss anything. Here. There. Back.
Wagner souvenirs. Don't think I need any of those. Wagner souvenir.
What's that book in the case?
Cosima Wagner's journal. It's locked up for preservation.
Huh.
Can I read it? Please? No, we need Ludwig's journal. All right.
What are you doing here if the museum is closed?
They always like to have a caretaker here. It's a good job for me. I can soak in the atmosphere of the maestro while I compose.
What are you composing?
This? Oh, a new arrangement. One of Wagner's pieces.
For the Bayreuth Opera?
I am only a student at the university. I study music, composition, conducting.
Okay.
Do you know anything about that letter from Wagner to Ludwig in the display case? The one about the diagram?
Ah, no.
Yeah, true.
Some sort of
true, Red.
Equipment for Ludwig's theater. But I don't know why Wagner would have cared about this. If he was worried about any theater, you would think it would have been his own theater, here, in Bayreuth.
Well, it's Ludwig's theater, his secret theater.
Have you ever heard about the letter that Ludwig wrote to the Munich conductor in 1882 telling him to prepare for a new Wagner opera?
You're full of surprises, for an American.
What do you know about it?
No one knows anything about it. It's like a treasure map, you know? It's probably a complete fairy tale, but it does make you wonder.
You have no idea what it could have referred to? Maybe something that Wagner was working on with Ludwig?
If there was, there's no trace of it. Except perhaps in the dreams of unemployed music students.
Such as myself.
Have you ever heard about the wolf panels in the Singers' Hall at Neuschwanstein?
Did my brother send you here?
No.
Probably not.
He's an RA.
The letter to the conductor, the wolf panels. Oh, my brother thinks I am crazy because of all my theories.
What theories?
This is Quatsch. If there was a lost opera, a lost Wagner opera, and if one could find it, to a conductor, this would be like finding King Tut's tomb. But people have looked for it before. If it ever existed, it is gone forever. My brother says I waste my time even thinking about it.
But we'll find it.
Tell me about Wagner.
He was a character. He spent most of his life trying to convince rich patrons to subsidize his work. Unfortunately, he had expensive tastes. You see, he believed that someone of his genius deserved to live well. Can't argue with that.
But Ludwig II supported him, didn't he?
Yeah, sure, but Ludwig came along very late in Wagner's life. By then, he had already been run out of Venice and most major cities because of debt. Ludwig saved him. And the music. Best thing Ludwig ever did.
Ouch. What about his castles?
Is there much of a call for conductors in Europe?
Ask my brother. He is the conductor for the Munich Opera.
Well, that's convenient. Does that mean you get free opera tickets?
Yes. I get a week's pass to the Opernfestspiele, the opera festival in Munich. It starts in a few months.
Hope I'm still around to see it.
Come with me if you like.
Oh, there we go. I was waiting for that.
Backstage and all sorts of things.
I'd love that. If I'm still in Germany, I'll call you, all right?
Yeah, good.
Oh, boy. Don't try, buddy. Don't try. You're not going to get anywhere.
I'm curious. Is there any other information that points to the lost opera besides Ludwig's letter and the wolf panels?
Yeah, squash.
It's nothing. I'm not even supposed to have seen it. You see, my brother says that Wagner was too egotistical to have produced a lost opera. If he was working on something new, every person in Bayreuth would have heard about
maybe.
it. On the other hand,
Who knows?
it was in Ludwig's character to have wanted a private opera.
But it wouldn't have been private. Ludwig's letter shows he intended it to be played in Munich.
Yes, but that it would get so far without Wagner telling others, why keep it a secret?
Maybe there was a very good reason for secrecy.
For example?
Werewolves. Werewolves.
Never mind.
Okay.
I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
All right.
I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
No, we've searched everything, I think. Okay, let's see. More. All right. Perhaps we could go see, let's check this again. Let's see what's in our inventory here. Thomas Chapel. Did we? Oh, I don't think we called him. Let's make sure. Yes.
Chapel residence?
Hi, my name is Grace Nakamura. I'm calling from Rittersburg, Germany. Is Thomas Chapel there, please?
Speaking. What may I do for you, Miss Nakamura?
This is gonna sound crazy, but I have a copy of your father's biography on Ludwig II. I understand he had access to Ludwig's diary.
Yes.
Well, oh God, I'm not even sure. He didn't make a copy of it or anything, did he? Or perhaps he took good notes?
He wrote down a complete translation in English. He said he couldn't make headway with the German version. Ludwig's handwriting was rather brogue, you know.
He wrote down an English translation. Do you still have it?
That's awfully convenient.
Unfortunately, my father was allowed to see the diary only on the grounds that he wouldn't publish the entire work. I can't let you see it. Have you tried contacting the National Archive?
No, I don't have the kinds of connections your father did, or the time.
That's unfortunate, but I really cannot let it out of my hands.
I understand. It was just a shot in the dark.
Very well. The best of luck to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chapel.
That sucks. Let's call him again.
I don't think pleading with Mr. Chapel will help.
Okay.
I don't have anything to talk to Herr Dahlmeier about at the moment.
Okay. What about this? What's that? What is that? Can I even look at that? What is this? Won't even let me look at it. It will let me look at my keys, but it won't let me look at this. Oh, there we go.
A ticket to the Ludwig Museum.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I bought that. Okay, what's this? Okay, yeah, that's nothing. Ludwig II. Fairy Tale King. I think we've read this. Yeah, we've read it. It pays to look at things.
My note.
Okay, notebook. What's this now?
4th of March, 1864. To King Ludwig II, most gracious ruler of all Bavaria. I beg your forgiveness for my forthrightness in this letter, but I fear terribly for your Majesty's safety, and thus have no time for subtlety. I have heard that the one they call the Black Wolf is close to your Highness. I have been investigating this man for reasons I cannot name at present, and I have learned that he is extremely dangerous and...
Okay, I think we've read this possibly in another chapter.
I beg your most grateful...
Okay. Doesn't hurt to look through it, though. Screwdriver? Doubt that's useful. Wallet? I'm not going to look at... Well, fine. Yeah, nice wallet. Yale University. Professor Barkley. Can we call him?
I don't want to bother Professor Barkley.
All right. And what's this? Okay. And that's that. So let's...
I don't know who else to write.
Get out of there. I think we might be able to get those lilies now. Oh wait, maybe we should talk to Gerda.
I don't have anything to ask yet.
Nope. Okay. All right, let's check the rat house. I don't know, whatever it's called. Gear house.
I don't have anything to say to Herr Hu.
Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, did they bloom? Yes, they did!
Gibt's das denn, die Lilien blühen schon?
Sehr schön.
Ja, aber es ist doch noch so kalt. Für Sie ein Geschenk von der Madonna.
Oh no.
Nehmen Sie sie ruhig. Heute Nacht wird es kalt und sie wird sowieso erfrieren.
Thank you.
All right. We got the lily. All right, now we can meet Ludwig's ghost, maybe. All right. Oh, we need to click on the lilies once again.
It was nice of Father Getz to give me one of the lilies.
All right, let's go to Seashept. Seashept? Seashaupt? All right, let's go to Seashaupt. Let's meet that ghost. All we gotta do is put the lily on the water. Why? I don't know. Alright, let's click in the magical spot that allows us to look at... There we go. Alright, let's put the lily on the water. Because the Madonna, I think you're supposed to make the connection, because he said Madonna, and there was a black Madonna, in one of the castles.
I'm trying to figure out what you want me to do, but I need more information to work with. If you can send any my way, I'd appreciate it.
Hey! So did that give her what she needed? I'm a little confused. I was expecting more. Alright. Now let's go back to Schloss Ritter.
Hi. You just had a phone call. It was Frau Gelder at the post office. She said a fax came in for you there.
Really? I wonder what it was.
Maybe it's from Gabriel.
Don't hold your breath.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we go to the post. Don't forget your muns. You gotta pay the post.
Hallo, Frau Gelder. Haben Sie etwas für mich?
Ja, ein Fax. Ein sehr langes Fax. Das ist aber nicht vom Schattenjäger.
Ist okay. Dankeschön. Thomas Chapel. Oh.
All right.
June 1872. Louis has convinced me to think matters through more thoroughly before I act. A trip it shall be then, to Shahin. It shall not alter my purpose, I feel, nor shall his compelling. The treaty is the ruin of my beloved Bavaria, and must be taken to task.
Wait, let's read this. Can I please read? Okay. I guess I can't. Miss Nakamura, it seems I've had a change of heart. Please keep these in the strictest confidence. Good luck in your endeavor. T. Chapel.
11th June. 3rd July 1872. The pain gets so bad I cannot hold a pen to write, but the horror is far worse than the pain. He says it was an accident.
See you later, Ben.
Says that we can truly be one now, that it is a great adventure. I believe him 1 minute, and the next I can feel the flames of hell upon my heels. May God have mercy on my soul. 5th January 1874. By the power of Mary, Mother of God, I swear to refrain from the ultimate sin and to remain steadfast in my flesh. Sworn by the power of the lily, Eleanor.
Do not taste of human blood.
30th August 1879. I will not falter, but will remain true. No matter the torment or longing, I will not yield. I will control the process. God grant me strength and will. By the grace and power of the monarchy and its allegiance. De Paul Leroy, L&R. 10th September 1880. It is all finished. Elizabeth warned me, and I discovered the truth at last. O most venomous viper at my very bosom, O lowest of the least worthy who ever breathed, my Judas, my devil, if I could tear my heart out and fling it after him in the dirt, I would. 12th December 1880. He continues to come, the devil. I will never look upon his hideous face again. He is afraid I will tell, and I might. To destroy him, I might. When I think of the accident, now that things are clear, I wonder, was it truly an accident, or was it the plot to kill me? If so, why did he not complete it then, instead of putting me in this torment? Could he have hated me so? I wish to God he had simply ended it there. 10th June 1881. Terror. Rapture. During W's music tonight, I felt a pulling. The horror nearly came upon me right there. Then the music turned, and it was gone. What can it mean? I must confide in the great friend. Perhaps he will know what has happened.
Yeah, he's a baffled.
2nd August 1882. The experiments go better and better. W has proved as loyal and determined as ever I believed he would be in a matter of my salvation. He says he has the formula now. It remains only to put the finishing touches on the completed opera and to draw up the diagram for the crystals. Can it truly end? I scarce dare to hope.
Oh, so the secret opera, perhaps manipulated when the horror could take effect. Wait.
2nd August 1880.
I think we read this.
April 1883. The great friend is dead. How unjust that he should be taken from me now. Where is my chance at salvation? Why has God condemned me twice? 10th October 1885. There must be made clear funds for the crystals. Lies. Everyone lies. My own servants. What must I do? Must I sell one of my beloved castles? The crystals must be made. I grow daily less able to control my own will. How long will I be able to resist the ultimate sin? And the music is worthless without the device. Time is running out. The crystals must be made.
Yep.
10th October 8.
Wow. Okay. Now I think Georg might want to see that. So how are we doing? All right. Yeah, so we are almost done. Let's give these to him. I bet he's gonna go nuts. Oh, come on, Georg.
Have you heard of Ludwig's diary?
Yes, but no one is allowed to see it.
It just so happens that I have a copy of an English translation right here. There's something I wanted to show you. Read this one.
August 1880. The experiments go better and better. They has proved as loyal and determined as ever. It remains only to put the finishing touches on the completed opera.
to make up the diagram for the crystal. My God! Wait, I want to show you something. I am not supposed to have looked at this myself, but I am here alone all day, so...
He should really not be doing that, but okay.
July 1881. Richard returned from his meeting with the king. Never have I seen him so pale. I was concerned for his heart. He would not speak with me, but immediately shut himself up in his study and started working on a new project. He will not tell me the first thing about it. He will only say that it was time he repaid his king. It confirms Ludwig's diary. He wasn't crazy.
Yes, but Ludwig says that the opera was completed. Imagine that, completed. There's something else.
August 1882. We had a messenger tonight from the king. He brought a letter which Richard burnt. I did manage to see a bit of it. It said something about a great night in Munich and that it would be Richard's supreme triumph and someone else's destruction. Ludwig then wrote that even though he himself would probably die, his immortal soul would be freed thanks to Richard. I worry for poor Ludwig and for us. Where will we be if his madness continues? Surely someone will put an end to it. Wow.
There's one more.
They should be wearing white gloves.
May 1883. I sent Richard's sealed package to the king, as he instructed moments before he closed his eyes forever. I could not even bring myself to care what was in it. What could it matter now? Whatever it is, I hope it brings the king good memories of Richard. He did so much for my beloved.
The package.
What? What package? That's true. At least they're not eating some McDonald's or Five Guys or something. Oh, here we go.
I'd love to.
Here we go.
Oh, she's a hoot, all right. Just pretend you don't have a penis around and you'll be fine. Got this inborn need to rip them off.
Now I'm really intrigued.
This one time, I'd go
Oh
out to
no.
well, party you might say. And it was getting a bit hairy. Well, Gracie. Oh.
Ritter. Come here, Kleiner.
I know. Gabe is just something.
Ritter does not speak English, but then she has her own methods of communication.
I should leave you two kids alone.
Oh, don't be silly.
Friedrich, I can't just take your date.
Why not?
I didn't expect her tonight. And for some reason, I don't find myself in that mood. Besides, from what you've told me, you live like a monk down south at that castle. Your body needs some attention. Detta. Tagga in sein Schlafzimmer.
I like the saxophone in the background. Oh yeah, that's solo. Yep. Oh boy. Oh no, now that's round 2. Ding ding. Yeah. That hair. You can't ignore it. You can't ignore the hair. He's jealous. You gotta touch it when you're in the presence of it. I do not blame him. Alright, so I think that's where we'll call things, because that chapter was pretty long. But hey, we're having a great time. Like that. This is really proven to be a pretty fun experience. Anyway, let me just get to a place where I can save. I'll just go to anywhere.
I don't need to go back to the Yuba's place.
Alright, yeah, just
No point in going back in there at the moment.
Alright.
Just thinking about Von.
Let me go anywhere. Oh yeah, Gabe had a great time. Now let's just save. Alright. Well, thank you all for coming, and I guess I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Alrighty. Bye-bye.